Everyone. So this has been a long day, I'm telling you. So I know I just got to tell you, I'm like doing this for my personal diary as well, so I apologize. But so I tried to get the Suburban fixed. I sat there for 3 hours and he could not finally get me in. I was supposed to get a ride from the super at the construction site, Dusty, but he was so busy. He said, I'll come pick you up in 30 minutes, come bring you to work. And he was never able to make it down there. So I sat there for 3 hours, fell asleep part of the time because I've been so exhausted. But anyway, just a crazy day. So I get here and then it starts raining. And so then I was going to continue working, try to get get at least 4 hours in. And I got like 2.5 hours. And then everybody left and I called the super because he'd already left. And he said, well, just go home. So I got cut short on my employment today because I really need those funds. But it's okay. I'll be fine. You know, it's just been a rough day. So anyway, so the reason I really made this video is I want to talk about the stock market. I used to be a day trader and I know patterns, I know signals and things like that. Now you realize it's the world's biggest casino. The evil has 100% control over that market. Don't think for a minute they can spin it, they can rotate assets, and they got 100% control. And it's the Federal Reserve. And I told you already, folks, the one world government is already here. It's called the dollar. It's called the Federal Reserve. It's called the financial institutions around the world. They're already there. Everybody worships the dollar. It is already in place. So anyway, everybody said, where's the one world government? It's here, right? It's just the foundation. It's just breaking down the countries is the only other part and getting control of the people. Then once then they ought to control you by your money, your funds, the mortgages, this and that. So everybody's waiting for one world government. It's here. It's already been here. It's been here since day one, right? Country was even founded on partially of this system, okay? So anyway, so here's what I'm getting at is that the stock market, they have what's called an M pattern, SP500. And the Russell 2000 has been selling off, they've been under the covers heavily. It took another beating today. It's been taking beatings for 3 days in a row. There's an old trick that if you see a black Friday and a black, means the down day on Monday, then it's a signal that only happened like, I can't remember 9 or 10 times in history, and pretty soon that's usually a flag that within 2 weeks the whole market's going to crumble. I'm not trying to be a fear monger. I'm not trying to give you stock advice or financial institutional advice, but here's the thing is, we have an M pattern that is huge in the S&P 500. M pattern means if it breaks that pattern, and it's heading down to test that pattern. And I don't have the exact number, but I think but anyway, it is coming. And also because the Federal Reserve, they have to rotate assets and stuff like that, and they're trying to get control of the yield and bond markets. And also, you already seen oil prices are already pushing higher. That's why we have that attack in Saudi Arabia. In the Arab countries, a couple, was it last week? That was trying to push those oil prices higher to create some inflationary pressure. Okay, so these gas and oil prices will probably push up, right? And they're trying to rotate assets out, and they got to justify their existence to the Federal Reserve. Remember, create order out of chaos. So they're going to create more chaos in this and say, well, we're going to have to inject more money and more throw anything we can to try to save this market, right? It's the whole game. It's the game they're going to play. Like I said, it's the world's biggest casino. You have better odds walking into a casino than you do that stock market. But anyway, so here's the thing is, it's going to, like I said, I'm not getting advice, but boy, I tell you what, if you have investments, take that money out and put it aside because, they might try one more run up. I expected the Dow to be a little bit higher before they pull the plug, but it's close enough that I would stand back and wait, because then see what the Fed does and kind of how they spin the news. They can spin in any direction they want to try to push this thing as well. So anyway, friends, it's coming down and it's going to take a hit, okay? And I don't know how soon or what, but just be ready for it because it's coming. And so I don't want anybody losing their retirement if you have things in the stock market. And that's the thing is, don't worship the money and don't even worry about the money. I mean, you can leave it there too, because in the end, the best thing to do is be on the good side with the God, the angels, and all these other things, right? And your ultimate good controllers of this world. That's what you want. What I mean? That's the one thing that's going to save you. It's not going to be the money and this and that. It's going to help you though. so use your head, try to use funds to, buy the things that you might need, or to help, take care of your situation when this thing starts to unravel. Okay. All right. Like I said, I don't like to give a lot of financial advice, but I used, like I said, I used to be a day trader, and I used to have algorithms that would track the stock market using fuzzy logic and some other things like that. So I know patterns, know moves, and it's in a pattern that is really, really, really bad. Okay, especially the SP500. I haven't seen things saying in years. So you can study M patterns. There's also a W pattern, which they had before, which said they was going to push this market higher, and they did. And they shoved this thing way up after that W pattern. But now we have an M pattern that's formed. It's perfect M pattern, and they're going to test the right leg of this M. So sorry to keep going on about that, but I just want to make sure that you're safe, and sit on the sideline. Try to get to, if you can. I don't know how many. There's not a lot of. I don't have a lot of people on this channel anyway, but. Tell your friends and family, I'm not, like I said, not getting advice. Well, just use your own discernment, right? Okay. All right. Love you all, and God bless.